Om Shrimed Bhagavad Gita. Shrimed Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse number 26. But before that, with your back straight, both hands upon your laps, left beneath the right, Gayatri Mahamantra. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om. Before I come upon this exact verse, it's necessary for me to give you some background about this. Especially in under the parlance and realms of Sanatana Deva Sanskriti, we all are very well aware about our ritualistic practices. Even when it comes to chant certain mantras or sing some kind of a praise for our Lord, our Isht Dev, we try to take a precaution that we gather ourselves from wherever we are scattered, and then we embark upon such practices. And during those rituals, especially the ritualistic ones, we have certain items that we have procured under the given list. We offer our deity with some leaves, with flowers, with fruits, with water, and so on. And in adoration to our deity, we sing some praise and also offer certain mantras. And all this is done with sincerity. Why I am acknowledging sincerity for all? Because I believe that you would certainly not like to be under that category where people unmindfully get engaged into such rituals without any bothering towards gathering their own awareness. No, it's not like that. I would consider all to be very sincere when they undergo some ritualistic practice. Here, the verse wants to convey something very deep. It says, when you are connecting with your deity, with your Lord, with your God, with your Ishtadev, what is your bhava? Bhava? A very common word, almost so common that it appears to have lost its that kind of the weightage which it should have or it deserves. Okay, then let us go step beyond, more esoteric. When you are performing any ritual or any kind of an upasana, you're singing some stuti, anything you're doing. Here the question is, what was the sensation that was ongoing within you during those moments? This is a very deep word, sensation. What was the feeling within you when you were undergoing such practice and observation? Sensation, feeling. What was the kind of experience that was transpiring within you? You may say that, yes, I was sincerely available at that moment and I was taking a note of all that had to be done in order, was careful enough. I did not become distracted. Absolute focus was retained, and with all compliance, one by one, all the rituals were accomplished. Good, that's very good. But yet it is outward. Though you retained your focus into that ritualistic order, but yet it is something which is outward. What was at your deeper ends, which was going in the form of a sensation? You may answer, most probably, sensation. I never took a note of it. Feelings. I never took a note of it. I was just doing it with all sincerity. That's what the verse wants to convey. That is something which is really deeper for us to understand. In the realms of consciousness, the mind and the body, inclusive of intellect, mental plane, and ego, they come under the same category. They all should be considered as outward. Of course, yes, you can enable them to focus, comply with the order of that ritual, but yet they do not correspond to the primary consciousness, which has its roots deep into the cavity of your heart, Jivatma. That is a question which crops up after studying this particular verse. Whenever we are into any ritualistic practice, or whenever we are almost on daily basis, we have a routine to comply with a particular order, a norm, some practices on daily basis. We make ourselves available for them, do everything that is required, but have we ever gone in deeper to analyze when we are undergoing such practices, observations, what was the sensation that was flowing, ongoing within us during those moments? What were the feelings that we were having? What was ongoing? What was transpiring at a deeper ends? Irrespective of the mind, intellect, etc., who are well capacitated to bring the attention, the focus of attention as one pointed. But they have no role to play when it comes to understand and gauge about sensations and feelings. Sensations and feelings, they travel deeper. They have something to do with the heart. They only come up, they only arise when the lid of the heart is removed. When you remove that, you uncan it, you remove the lid. And then from there sprungs a fountain of something which is ineffable. You cannot contain it within words. And those moments are seldom in the life. It's not something which happens very frequently to most of us. I would not say all of us, because there may be few of us who would be in a position to daily connect at the deeper ends of consciousness, especially when they are singing some glory of the deity or performing something for the deity. There may be few of us who may be experiencing those deeper sensations, that kind of a deep immersion where nothing is left. You lose all hold of your awareness, outward awareness. Your immersion is so deep that you really do not remember what exactly was going as an order. Outward attention is lost. I recall the episode which is referred about Swami Vivekananda. He had lot many seekings within him, certain worldly seekings, very valid ones. And Ramakrishna Paramahansa, his mentor, his guru, promised him that I will take you in front of Ma Kali, Mother Goddess Kali, and then I'll present you before her. You can directly communicate with her and ask about your seekings. And when that opportune moment arrived, and when he was right in front of Mother Goddess Kali, he became absolutely oblivion of the purpose that he had come for. The deeper sensation or the feelings that were ongoing into him were nothing short of immersion. It was like he was already fulfilled. There was nothing which was there to seek from her. Witnessing her, observing her, finding her right in front of himself. Now there was nothing else which he could seek from this mundane, from this outside world, any mundane seeking from which corresponds to outside world. He is fulfilled. He is complete. Nothing left. And when he came out, the master inquired, were you able to present your list of seekings before the mother? And he said, I forgot. I simply forgot because when I confronted her or she manifested, it was as if I was accomplished. I was fulfilled. There was no deprivation, nothing else which I could seek from her. It was all that I could ever seek to have. I had it at that moment. And something similar happens whenever you, me, or anyone on this planet, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, region, race, irrespective of that, whosoever will undergo such an immersion where the deep esoteric sensation is given a priority, irrespective of the ritualistic order or the praise, even if you forget, even if you forget the order of the ritual or even anything else, maybe you're singing some praise and you forget the lines, it does not matter, because everything is for the purpose to connect at the end of your consciousness. Why retain your entity to the end of the mind and intellect, which follow and comply in exclusivity the order, the outside mandations? No, forget that. Why not to immerse deep? Immerse deep at such ends that you really forget what was supposed to be done on outward basis. I'm not undermining the ritualistic orders or the way one should go on to sing stuti, the glory, the praise of the Lord. I'm not undermining that at all. What I'm giving more prominence over here is the kind of sensations that you should be able to experience, the feelings, because everything is there for you to connect at the end of your consciousness and not for the compliance at the end of your mind and intellect. Mind and intellect are facilitators. They have to facilitate. For what? For the connectivity to happen. Of whom? With whom? Of you with your objective, of you with your deity, to you with your Ishtadev, you with your Lord. They all are facilitators. Let us not get entangled merely at the end of the facilitators, because the purpose is to take us beyond. And unless we go beyond, justice shall never be done. Even if you go on murmuring, chanting, repeating the same thing all over the life, yes, there will be gains, but the end of the energy. We might gain at the end of the energy, but not at the end of our consciousness. If the consciousness has to submerge itself into the larger one, then you have to give a very serious concern toward these two words, sensations and feelings, during those moments when you were undergoing that ritual or praise, singing praise, etc., or chanting mantra. Short of that, it is all at the surface. Yes, you will be able to accomplish a lot at the end of the peripheral aspects of energy, but will not be able to dive deep where the real pearls lie, the real gems lie. And you have to be cautious for that. It will not matter if you miss something in the ritualistic order, if the point comes for you to submerge. I'm not saying that you should willingly try to miss anything out of the ritualistic order or the rituals that you're performing. No, 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 not willingly, not consciously. But if you undergo deep sensations of a connectivity at the end of consciousness, and by any chance you forget anything to be complied with, it will not matter, because something that was to be achieved is accomplished, that stands accomplished. I can give you an example, a very recent example. Around couple of days ago, one of the seeker approached me and he wanted his exalted master, a mother Brahm Rishi who had left her physical abode around 2 years ago. And he wanted me to convey to her, rather, he opted me as a medium, worthy enough that I was considered as a medium, to convey to his exalted master, the mother, Ma, about his feelings on that day when she departed. That day was being observed. I was prepared to do that, being considered worthy of doing such an act. I was privileged, more than privileged. And obviously, there are certain words prepared which you would repeat when you close your eyes, seeing that great exalted mother, because I had met her personally, observing her sitting right in front of me and conveying her the emotions of that seeker, the bhava of that seeker, through the sun, the sun atop in the sky, that you are aware where she is and what form she is in. I may have limitations to find her out, but you know, because you are all over. Wherever she is, convey this to her. And a small, very small brief was prepared. That's how we offer our gratitude to even our own great departed ones as Shraddhanjali. I had that small collection of words which I had to repeat from the depth of my heart. The moment I started doing it, there was a connect. It was not that it was happening with me for the first time in life. I cannot even count the number of such experiences which I have had in my life so far. They are beyond count. But the moment I was doing it, I'm simply recalling it because the subject of the day is similar and the experience is very recent. And the moment I started saying something after repeating one or two lines which were outward, immediately I started saying absolutely something different, and I was into deep tears, tears rising from my chest in towards my eyes, as if I was crying from here. And whatever I had to say at that moment may have appeared something which was abrupt, irrelevant. I conveyed, Mother, the intensity of my bonding has not reduced. There are certain compulsive mandations that have abstained me to do, and that's all. The message was recorded and conveyed to that seeker, and the reply came, nothing else more than this could have been said. Because at that moment of time when I was into tears, there was a connect, not of the mind and intellect, but of the deeper consciousness. A connect of a deeper consciousness was established. My consciousness with maybe the larger or her consciousness, I would not get into the details of that, but it was something deeper where there was not a peripheral experience, but a deep sensation. There was a feeling and a deep sense of gratification then dawned into me that yes, what was sought to be done has been done. That is the real connect. If that can happen, then believe me, If it happens to you a number of times in a day, then you are a blessed soul on this planet, merely here to settle your karmic baggage. Even if it happens to you once in a day, believe me, you're a blessed one, now on the springboard to jump beyond. If it happens to you maybe once in a month, consider yourself to be now eligible for another promotion into the exalted field of consciousness. And if it has not happened with you, then believe me, the life so far is yet to experience something which will make you cherish you being as a human. We cherish ourselves being a human when we experience those deeper sensations and feelings. Because otherwise, any and everybody can act at the end of mind and intellect. Each one of us has got abundance of it to manipulate, to keep rising with urges, ups and downs. This everybody, each one of us has got that. What is that something exclusivity, that special, the speciality which one can have is the experience of deep sensation towards one's subject of, subject of adoration, that is your Ishta, your Lord, your Dev. If you can manage that, manage may not be the right word. I withdraw that. But if you can experience that, then feel yourself as blessed. Then, with your own right hand, bless yourself again and again that yes, you're blessed today. So, next time when you undergo any of this ritualistic practice, or you are into singing some glory, chanting mantras, seek for that deep connect at the end of your consciousness. Something rising from the deepest cavity of your heart. It is ineffable. You cannot contain it into any kind of words. Experiences a blessedness which is beyond any words. If the words can approximate that experience, then believe me, it is not that experience. Let us observe the verse now, right before us. It's there on your screen. Yes, here. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yah me bhaktaya prayachati tat aham bhakta upayakritam ashnami pratatmanah. Leaves, flowers, fruits, and water, etc., to me with devotion offered, when offered to me with devotion, that I offered with devotion eat except of that pure insight. I eat, that is, accept whatever is offered to me with devotion by that pure insight, pure minded one. Here, these words have to be caught. I accept. Eat means accept. Whatever is given to me by devotion. What is devotion? What is devotion? What is a devout? What is the eligibility of a devout? That is something to be understood. A pure insight, a pure minded devout. What is a devout? Is devotion, eligibility devotion through brain and mind, intellect and mind? No. Devotion is a zone for what? Is a zone for the heart. Zone for the heart. It is the heart from where it springs up. Do not consider ever that you keep on, you're still clung to lust, greed, anger, enviousness, etc. No, no, do not consider all that. That may retain their stature. They may retain their stature within us for a prolonged period of time. Does not matter. But nothing of that kind should bereft us from going deeper into us and experience that pure sensation, that feeling, towards the Lord. When you undergo that, experience that sensation and feeling, then you are considered as a devout. That is devotion. After all, consider it at your end. What can you offer the deity, the Lord? Nothing. The entire creation is its manifestation. So what to pick from its own manifestation and offer it to it? Lord, I pick one leaf from your manifestation, I offer it back to you. No. You have to offer something of your own. And what is of your own? What your own? What is the most apt thing you can offer it? Mind and intellect? No, something beyond that. Where is that pure insight? It is in the heart, uncontaminated. The, the ambrosial nectar. Does that word make some sense? Even if it does not, I would not care for that. Because when it comes about deep sensations of your consciousness and feelings towards your deity, then grammar is inconsiderate. It's not under any consideration. Then words, punctuation, they all fall apart. The procedures, the rituals, they all stand at bay. And what matters is just one thing. What is that? Pure immersion, a sensation, a feeling of being one with the Lord, one with your deity, one with your Ishta. That is what it wants to convey. At that moment, whatever you offer, the leaves remains here, the fruits remain here, the flowers remain here, the water and other offerings they remain here. What goes beyond is that great offering of your own consciousness. I hope I was able to convey, and I have experienced that. Not only I, almost all the listeners who are listening to this particular lesson right now should have experienced it. Maybe sometime in their life, maybe not that frequent, but they have experienced. You all of you have experienced that. Recall that experience and let it be enlivened once again. That's all I wanted to convey in this class. ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है.